Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Top 5 Wednesday. The topic for this week is favourite romance books. So these are all books where romance is the overriding genre, because I think most books probably have a romantic element to them, but these are all books where the romance is the thing that drives the plot and the characters and things like that. I thought I was going to struggle with this topic this week, I'm not going to lie, and then when I looked through my Goodreads read list, apparently I used to read a lot more romance than I do now, so all 5 of the books I'm going to talk about in this video I first read quite a long time ago, so my memories of the plot and things like that might be a little bit hazy, but obviously I'm just going to let you guys know what I do remember, and hopefully you will want to read them based on what I say. All 5 of them I gave 5 stars to when I read them though, so I would definitely recommend picking them up if you are looking for a great romantic read. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is The Best Thing That Never Happened to Me by Laura Tate and Jimmy Rice. And I actually recently sent a copy of this to one of my best friends because she was going through quite a stressful time, and this book and another book by the same author duo called The Night That Changed Everything are basically like Richard Curtis films in book form. They are so funny, they are so sweet. This one in particular is about a boy and a girl who were each other's first loves when they were teenagers. They were in a relationship and then they split up, and then when they are both in their early to mid 20s they both end up working in London, and they kind of start trying to decide whether it's worth picking their relationship back up again. And it is just so sweet, it really is. I would definitely recommend this book and The Night That Changed Everything to people who really like YA contemporary romance but are kind of trying to maybe start reading adult contemporary romance, because they both have all of the best elements of YA romance, but they're obviously about older characters. So I would definitely recommend this to anyone who is looking for a really good first adult contemporary romance. So yeah. The next one that I want to talk about is The Little Shop of Happy Ever After by Jenny Colgan, and this was my first Jenny Colgan book. I've since read another one of her books, The Little Beach Street Bakery, which I really love too. This one in particular is about a woman called Nina who works as a librarian, and then when her library closes she decides that she's going to buy a camper van and drive it up to Scotland and run her own bookshop out of this camper van in a little Scottish village where they don't really have great access to books. And obviously she meets a couple of guys and it's all about which one she would prefer to be with. It is just so sweet, and I really loved the other Jenny Colgan book that I read, and I cannot wait to read more from her because they are just so adorable. So I definitely recommend Jenny Colgan in general if you are looking for a great romantic read. So yeah. The next one that I'm going to talk about is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This is of course the first book in the Anna and the French Kiss companion trilogy. This is my favourite of the 3 books, but I did really enjoy all 3 of them. I know a lot of people say that this definitely has its problems because there is cheating involved in the romance in this book, but in spite of that these characters are still somehow so likeable and memorable, and it is still a really warm, fuzzy, a cozy romance. Of course it definitely has its problems, but it's still really cute and definitely one of my favourite YA contemporary romances. So definitely Anna and the French Kiss. The next one I want to talk about will probably come as no surprise to you because it is of course my favourite classic, and that is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I am obsessed with the romance between Cathy and Heathcliff. I just think it is so insane. The chemistry between them, the power and the force that is their love, and the way that it is still affecting people the way that it is like 150 years after this book was written is just absolutely incredible. They are definitely one of my favourite love stories ever, and I will never ever shut up about the amazingness that is the romance in this book. So yeah, definitely Wuthering Heights. And the last one I'm going to mention again will probably come as no surprise to you because it's definitely my favourite YA romance that I've read, and that is of course Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. And I just absolutely love the realistic depiction of first time teenage love. I love that there's no pretense that they will be together forever. They know that their time together is limited because obviously all the odds are against them, that being first loves, that it won't last forever, and they're just enjoying the time that they have, and it is just such a beautiful YA romance story that I literally recommend to everyone. So if you haven't read Eleanor and Park yet, please read it. It is just such a beautiful love story. And that is it for this week's Top 5 Wednesday. What are some of your favourite romance books? Please let me know. I will leave all of my social media in the description down below. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.